Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a breaking news here for you, and it revolves around the release of Sowore. Don't forget it was released yesterday, and this morning there's some issues coming up right away about the same person that I'm talking about, Moyele Sowore, and the news headline have it that hired thugs invaded the court, demands Sowore to be rearrested. See their reasons. But before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's listen to the news. A group of thugs on Friday morning invaded the Federal High Court in Abuja ahead of a trial of pro-democracy campaigner and the publisher of St0rm reporter Moyele Sowore, condemning his release by the Department of State Services. Sowore, arrested on August 8, 2019 by the DSS for calling on Nigerians to demand a better country from the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari through peaceful demonstration, was on Thursday released by the secret police after 125 days in detention, despite the fact that the court has given orders twice directing that he should be released after he met the stringent conditions of bail in the period. The thugs who stormed Abuja court on Friday morning were seen with placards bearing different inscriptions on it. And according to them, the DSS shouldn't have released Sowore, and the reasons is that they should have kept him to pay what they describe as his sins. And so we're still going to give you more details on this, but we just want to look at this. This is really, interesting. And the question is, what kind of sin is he meant to pay? What was the sin that he committed? We know that there were a lot of things that he had done in the past which cannot be counted to him as a sin. And even the protest that has been turned out or has been described as being a treasonable felony, or in the real sense of the word, is still part of freedom of expression. All what he was trying to do was to register his dissatisfaction in the way things are being done in the country, and they are coming up to protest that he should be rearrested. On what grounds? He has already legitimately, he had been tried. Legitimately, the court has seen that he should be released, should be released. He has made his bail term and, be released. So why are they trying to demand the rearrest of Sowore once again? The reasons is one thing we are just trying to talk about right now. What do you think may be the possible reasons for this? Or do you just think it's a kind of propaganda? They're just trying to, let the society know that very soon he's going to be rearrested again. Maybe they are doing this so that the DSS will now say on public demand, this guy should be rearrested again. Why do you think they are blessing this request?
I think sometimes we are the architects of our own problems. Now, the story we are talking about, the protest he did was not for his own accord. He protested generally for the good of everyone in Nigeria. As in, this administration generally, who is this administration not biting financially? Even the social menace in Nigeria has grown, it has skyrocketed. The level of kidnap, bandits, unemployment is amazing in this dispensation. And during the protest, those are one of the things he wanted to address before he was detained by DSS. So it's not Sowore wasn't doing just himself a favor. He was doing every Nigerian who knows what it is to live in a place where things are working fine should do. And you're saying that they want DSS to rearrest him for his sins. What are his sins? That's the problem we're in Nigeria, where a little few dollars here, a little few naira notes here, they just maybe a little few paraga here and there, weed here and there, and a little small snuff here and there, you feel that you have all it takes to become stupid. Permit me to use that word. Because you can't just, because of a 1,000 naira for snuff, pocket money, or 1,000 naira for weed, you now say, let's go there. They give you small kai go, you gather some boys and you begin to say, let's go back to DS detention. It's not crazy that because of 10,000, 5,000, sometimes as small as 500 naira, you sell the future of your tomorrow, of your children, on the grounds of snuff, on the grounds of weed, on the grounds of kai. They give you, just gather your boys, and you just know that those people who gather there are thugs, they are hired. Because I don't see what Sowore have done that is what sniffing out the rightful freedom of expression. And that's where we are today, where some people, group of people just think of their now. They think of that short money they used to eat now. That their breakfast, that their lunch, that their dinner. Tomorrow, they don't know how tomorrow take care of itself. But for the now, if these people can just find us 1,000, let's just use it to organize food. They're not thinking of how. That's what Sowore was trying to do. Think of tomorrow, where all our children, where we ourselves will have a better life in Nigeria. Nigerians are running 247, escaping the country. If they see any visa, even any visa out of Nigeria is acceptable. Why? Because Nigeria is not working the way we want it to work. And now some set of people just woke up one morning and say, Kaya, we all know that this is not the typical Nigeria. We all know that whoever it is, just the higher talks, just to express, because they are not speaking the minds of the typical Nigerian. I definitely know that.
All right, thank you very much. This is one of the issues that issues that must be handled by non-governmental organizations. I'm talking about the NGO who are, in charge of educating Nigerians. It's very, very important. We must see how we can wake up from this mindset of today, if not today, never again. And because that's the reason why we are still having thuggery during elections. That's why we are still seeing people given into, accepting money, to vote for another person. Yes. I'm talking about vote buying there and all of that. That is what is keeping us where we are right now. People are not sane enough to perceive the crisis that is currently ongoing. These are some of the things that we have to look at and get it corrected once and for all. How can you explain a man who has been under the control, who have been detained for how many days now? We're talking about 125 days. He has been under detention for nothing that he did. He didn't do anything. But you guys just come up and said he should be thrown back into prison. For what? And just look at, if you see the people that they even hired to, go out there and do it, you clearly know that, man, these are not the right people, they are not sane enough. They are just tell them, take small money and they just jog out and begin to make unnecessary noise and all of that. There should be a room for proper education of Nigeria. Let them always look at the future and leave the now. What Sowore was trying to do was to see how Nigeria can be okay for all of us. He wasn't looking at the today thing. He was looking at the future. And, with all of this criticism and protests that we have seen thus far, to some extent, even if it's not so remarkable, I'm talking about the change now that we're expecting. It's not so remarkable, but here and there, we started seeing some changes. Imagine the court order that was given to the Attorney General of Nigeria about those who had been in power and who are still enjoying pension. That's for the governors. Some of them are two-term governors who are currently enjoying some pension despite the fact that they have political appointment and despite the fact that they are now in the Senate. They have placed a demand that they should start refunding all the monies that they have been collecting as pension. And before you know, the federal government has jumped into action and they are trying to retrieve it. Because of why? They know that the populists are looking. They heard about the sentence. They heard about what happened, what Huriwa said that it should be done, and they've jumped into action. All of this is as a result of the fact that they have noticed that Nigerians are getting tired day after day. And I believe that no matter what, President Muhammadu Buhari will want to write his name on the sands of time as one of the presidents that corrected some ills in Nigeria. So much has been talked about his government as not performing. So within this short period of time, he wants to see how he can write his name on goal so that posterity will bear him witness that when he had opportunity of being there, he did his best. So, all of this is as a result of some of this push that we are seeing. But unfortunately, there are some people who are not even sane enough to realize the importance of, us trying to push the government to do the right thing. They don't even know. So by the time the government approaches them and give them small coin, before they behave foolishly and stupid. These are the kind of people that we should even tell police to arrest because they are nuisance in our society. How can you just wake up and begin to bless the man? Tell us the sin that he has committed. One of them should represent, come out and say, this was the sin that Sowore committed. Mention the sin that he has committed. So one of them, there should be a spokesperson among them that should come out and tell Nigerians, this was the sin that Sowore committed. He should come back and pay for it. And you will see that they are just, they don't even know what to do. They are just confused set of people who are just shouting, Baraga and all of that. I believe after all of this, some of them will, if as we are talking, even if it happened that Sowore even comes up and also give them money to come around, they will also, hey, release Sowore, release Sowore. So you just realize that these are confused set of people that need to be taken to correction center so that their brain should be corrected, so that they can respond well to issues when they see one. Well, let's leave it there. We're still going to be bringing up details of what will happen today in court. Don't forget that today, which is December 6th, he's meant to appear again in court for continuation of his trial with the federal government. And so we're still waiting to see what the case will look like. But that's where we're going to leave it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon, so now you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Please do well also to comment. Tell us what's your position on these.